Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo. Welcome back to the secret features found in the Minecraft Console Edition Title Update 53. These are features that typically aren't displayed in the changelog by 4J Studios. There's some pretty interesting ones that I think you guys will find fascinating. If you do learn something new, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you feel like I've missed any secret features, leave a comment down below. So we have around about 5 to 7 different features that I found other people have taught me about. So pressing start, going into help and options, and going into controls, by default 4J said that there's only one button that's not automatically assigned, and that is pick block, which is further down here. But you can see above this, sprint is also not assigned, and we know in Minecraft to double tap your analog stick will make you sprint. So that's kind of a very minor change that 4J either forgot to mention or it's classed as a secret feature. Now this next one is to do with chests, shulker boxes, or anything that you can rename with an anvil. This was found by my friend Rob. It's only something very minor, but as you guys will see here, the title of this box says shulker box, which isn't very uncommon. I'm also going to take these two items out because I'm going to need these later on in a different part of this video. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to go, sorry, no I'm not. I'm going to break this. I'm going to get myself a fresh shulker box. We're going to name this in the anvil. Let's just name it as Echo's box instead of shulker box. We're going to go to done. What we're going to do is we're now going to place this down, and you will notice at the top it says Echo's box. This is nothing new. Now apparently the new thing about this, as we get rid of this and change my game mode to survival, is that when you break this box or any item now, it will actually display in your hotbar the name it previously had. In other updates, I believe this would have just said shulker box, or a chest would have just said chest, or a renamed anvil would have just said the original anvil name. So apparently that's a new feature. I really didn't know about it. Hopefully you guys didn't know about that either, and hopefully you learned something new. Now the next minor change in this update is to do with clay blocks. We all know that this is stained clay, but it's not anymore. According to Minecraft, and according to the Minecraft 1.12 PC update, which console got, some of the features anyway, clay is now called, or hardened clay is now called terracotta. This means all the stained clay are now called, for example, pink terracotta. It's called magenta terracotta, grey, light grey, white, etc. So that's one of the minor changes that have happened. Clay, or stained clay, has now been renamed as terracotta, which is a form of clay which is used to make like plant pots, because I did a little bit of research on that. However, clay, the ordinary clay that you find in the oceans, in small ponds, is still named as clay. And that is because this block is not only used to make stained clay, hardened clay, etc. It's also used to make bricks. So that's the reason why that hasn't changed. So hardened clay is now the default terracotta, and stained clay is now the representation of a color and terracotta. Now the next one is a very interesting one, because there is actually a block right here, and that block is a barrier block. Now one of the most annoying things in this update that people are really sad about is not having the ability to pick block any spawner. Just to show you guys as an example, if I go to start, help and options, controls, we're going to assign this pick block button ourselves. So I'm going to use the pick block button. What is that? Change camera mode. That's very interesting. We're going to change pick block to the up key. So as you guys will see here, I can pick block grass, I can pick block animal spawn eggs, but I cannot pick block a spawner whatsoever. But something very interesting that you can pick block, as I put that barrier inside of there, is barrier blocks. You can actually pick block barrier blocks on Minecraft Console Edition. Why is this a thing, and why is this not a thing? It really does confuse me, because I would say barrier blocks aren't technically in Minecraft Console Edition, but these things are. There's also some other things that you cannot pick block, such as farmland, the husk and the stray, because there is no spawn egg. But I thought that was a very interesting one. Hopefully you guys found that very interesting as well. Now something else also linked to pick block, which I think is a fascinating feature and wasn't noticed in the changelog, is if you have a banner design and you pick block it, it's actually going to pick block the specific design that you've just grabbed, which I think is so wonderful. I think that this is such a good feature for the map creators. It wouldn't surprise me if 4J used this in the, in the end cities for all the banners that they have to place down. So that's an absolutely fantastic feature. If you're a map maker, this is going to be great for you. So any type of design that you want to grab, if you've placed it down once, if you've done it as a banner design, you can also do that as well. Something very interesting that technically isn't a feature in Minecraft is to do with anvils. Now I'm just going to grab myself an ordinary pickaxe here and show you something that's still not been fixed for many years. Now there's still a couple of bugs or features that 4J haven't fixed that people really don't want 4J to know about, and one of these is to do with an anvil. So as you guys can see here, this anvil right now is damaged. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean with this. So for example, let's place this all the way up here so it causes some damage on top. Didn't happen that time. Let's try again. Let's put this all the way up top. As you guys can see, it's cracked. Now normally a cracked anvil means it's on the verge of breaking. However, if you still pick up an anvil on the floor and place it back down, it's fully repaired. That's one of the things 4J have never ever fixed, so it's like an infinite anvil glitch. The other glitch that they did not fix as well is to do with the village trading. I'm not showing you that in this video because I really don't want 4J to fix that. If you haven't seen it, you can find it on the internet. Just type in Minecraft Console Edition villager trading glitch / bug. So there's a couple of things. There's also one more that I do want to share with you, and that is to do with specifically Xbox One and PlayStation 4 worlds, and that is in minigames. So going into minigames, going into games, I think this works for battle as well. It does. So going into any of these games, such as Battle and Glide, we now have the option of either having an 8-player game or a 16-player game. One of the most annoying things about Battle is a lot of the maps aren't designed for 16 players. So 4J have introduced a feature that not only I requested, many of you guys requested as well. So if you're on Xbox One or PlayStation 4, you want to have smaller lobbies, you can set them to either 16 players or 8 players, which is absolutely awesome because sometimes 16 is a little bit too much. But there are all the secret features that I know of in this update. If I've missed any whatsoever, please leave a comment down below. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Have a great day, stay beautiful, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!